getting wet. You know, you Democrats that would likely melt and wash away like the Wicked Witch and the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, you guys need to stay in your basements. Yeah, please stay in your basements. Close the door, turn the lights out, and just stay there. Will you please?
Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available now at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. On your mobile device, you get to it by firing up YouTube and putting Mornings with the LeaderMan. LeaderMan, all one word, spelled like it sounds, into the search. If you're on your mobile device, just want an audio stream alone, well, that's available too. Online or on your mobile device, you need a streaming app. So just tune in. I can stream them. Many others work also. And put WEEB in the search. If you're on our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com, upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages, that's an icon that says on the air, listen live. Click that once, and you're listening back quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers today. This is the tail end of the what's left of Depression Sally. Most of it is already well north of us, so just a few lingering showers being kind of dragged up behind it. And they're just few and far between, so this will be over by lunchtime today. Look for a high of 75 today. And tonight, still going to be cloudy, a little 56. Good sleeping weather there. Saturday, mostly cloudy. You will see some peaks of sun, high of 68. I like that number. Saturday night, partly cloudy, a little 50. Sunday, another repeat. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 68. Monday, sunny and 68. Tuesday, sunny and 71. Wednesday, sunny and 76. And Thursday, sunny and 80. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are variable at 3, visibility 3 statute miles, pressure 2981, dew point 66, humidity 97%. We have some light showers in the area, 67 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. That's all always good anytime. All right, it is 7:36, 36 past the hour on this Friday morning finally. Still not used to doing 2 different computers at one time on this thing. Anyway, well, actually we have 3 running, 4 running. This rain, the Hurricane Sally weekend, we dodged a pretty big bullet on that. We had some steady rain yesterday, but wasn't any deluge, per se. A few spots got some heavy rain, but I don't think we had any massive flooding anywhere, did we?
Not that I heard. I don't know.
I had some water backed up into some roads a little bit, just because it couldn't run off quick enough. And let's see. Anyway, it came through, and as it was coming through, it actually, the eye of the depression actually went about 10 miles east of Southern Pines, right beside us, on up, and that put us into a wooded area that didn't have that much rain in it late in the afternoon. And I was able to do my walk to the dog park at 6:30.
Well, that means it'll rain free. Yeah, they'll announce the drought here tomorrow.
But it's still 5 storms, maybe 6 now. Sally's back out in the Atlantic, but 6 named storms out there that swirling around. We have even had one called Vicky, but that's helping to disrupt that Bermuda high, and that's why we're getting this cooler, drier air in here. How long that will last, anyone's guess, but hopefully till the middle of October, because otherwise that Bermuda high gets established again. In comes the heat, in comes the moisture again, and we won't get much relief from it until mid-October. stay out to sea and play with the Bermuda High. Colonel plays with it, but doesn't do any good.
Got nothing to do with any of this. No. Sorry.
Well, the campaign trail yesterday, Trump was in Wisconsin last evening doing his hour 45-minute show. Big crowd turning out. Joe Biden is in the parking lot. Not such a big crowd.
No, he's not drawing a crowd anywhere. The only reason somebody would follow him would be out of just indifference. Curiosity. That's it. Hey, who's this clown over here, and what's he mumbling about? And somebody might idle over there just to look at him.
Well, they're all still reading their questions, which were given to him by the campaign. Here's Joe answering a question about the Green New Deal, where he forgets what he's talking about, calls for schools to be ventilated.
We're going to invest in close to $1 trillion over time, in the near time, for infrastructure. We're going to build green infrastructure. For example, I propose that we spend $100 billion on making sure our schools have the right ventilation, making sure schools, in fact, are safe.
Yeah, like we spent $100 million here in this county on garbage that isn't going to work long term. So hey, don't worry about it. We're 1/10 of the way there for or 1% of the way there for old Biden here in Moore County.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the picture right now of Trump's rally. Probably 8-10 times bigger than Biden's rally, as far as people go. Trump had a big time last night. And they're being Fayetteville tomorrow, my understanding.
Oh, nice day.
Yeah. Wow. So, if you have an interest in going to Fayetteville to watch the president, I suggest you get a hold of the campaign today and get all the details.
Yeah, get a ticket or whatever. You're probably going to need some kind of permit to get in.
Yeah, or they do it on first come, first served basis. I think they have some, big campaign donors in the area to make sure you get a seat in those bleachers that they have behind the president. But anyway, all right. Let's see if we got anything else here.
Hey, I need to update on something I mentioned here the other day about my neighbor having received mail from another registered voter at her address.
Mm-hmm.
And, she went to the Board of Elections and et cetera. And for those of you who have ever used the Board of Elections website, the Moore County Board of Elections website, there's one of the little magic buttons on there that if you wave your cursor over, it will take you to another site that will allow you to type in your information to get your voter registration information, etc. Well, apparently what she was told, my neighbor, what she was told is that the Moore County Board of Elections database and the database that gives you that voter information are not the same. So apparently when you go and you want to look up your information to see how you voted and which ballots you've gotten, etc., that's a different database for some reason. So apparently, apparently Moore County had this lady properly addressed here in Moore County, but then when you go and look her up in the state database, all of a sudden her address changes to my neighbor's address. So, I don't know what that's all about. And like you say, government, and I don't know who manipulates what in the databases to have changed that address, but apparently that's the story. And there's a little bit more to the story with some other mail that she's gotten from people or for people using her address for stuff. So this was just one item in a series of things. So it wasn't just isolated. It seems to me there's a little bit more going on than just somebody transposing an address number or something like that in these various databases, but that's what she was told from the Moore County Board of Elections, that this person whose mail came to my neighbor's address actually is registered properly at a different address in Whispering Pines, but when you go to that other website, someone manipulated that data and changed the address. So your guess is as good as mine. What the hell is going on with our voter registrations in this state, people? I'll tell you what.
I think that's the way the government is, translation, the government's way of saying, we don't know what happened.
Well, we don't care what happened.
So we'll make something up that sounds, well, logical in some way. And well, it is true. And some good mean employee decided, well, this makes sense. We'll have a separate database. And that way we have something to food bar.
Well, again, like I said, it's the Moore County Board of Elections said, hey, this person is properly registered, not at my neighbor's address, and et cetera. So something happened between taking the Moore County voter registration database, putting it into this other searchable database at the state level. So whoever sticks their fingers in that pie has managed to screw up addresses. Well, at least one address that I'm aware of. Yeah. So don't take anything at its face value, people. There's problems here, and when it comes to voting, there gives me room for concern, a lot of concern.
Yeah, like in Pennsylvania, which is a key swing state, a judge up there ruled that absentee ballots can come in as late as 3 days after the election,
with no verification of signature, with no stamp, no cancellation on the envelopes, and apparently Pennsylvania's voter roll still have some 300,000 dead people listed.
Yeah, I think it was 305,000.
Yeah, it was 300,000 votes. It can skew virtually every election in Pennsylvania down to the local level. 300,000 votes, people.
Well, that's the way the Democrats would say, how far behind is he?
Right.
Here you go. We just found these.
Yeah, we need 1,000 votes. So, here we'll find 1,500. We'll give the opponent, we'll give the Republican a few votes. But, most of these are going to be from a Democrat stronghold, and, will be enough to cover the difference. That's what they're doing.
Seems to always work that way.
That's the way it always works, yes.
I'll let you know also that if you think you may have been exposed to COVID-19, you're encouraged to get tested. There's a free test coming up Monday, a drive-through testing event that's going to be held open to all residents of Moore County. Like I said, it's Monday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at St. Peter, the Rock Church at 192 Esther Road in West End. Now, you must pre-register. To do so, you call 910-267-2044. There's no out-of-pocket costs for insured or uninsured. If insured, you're asked to bring your insurance information. And it's all sponsored by the Moore County Health Department and Goshen Medical Center Incorporated. All right, 7:46. Let's listen to some things to cheer the colonel up today. We'll start out with We'll start out with some best of the late night unit boys. See how they fared last night.
This is interesting. I saw that Amazon has launched a new invite-only section of its site called Luxury Stores. That's nice. I can order a $5,000 Oscar de la Renta gown and then have the package hurled over your fence. Yeah, it's about time you can order a designer dress that comes in the same box as your ragu sauce and Lucky Charms. According to a new report, leafy green produce has been linked to 40 serious E. coli outbreaks from 2009 to 2018. Wow, that stuff could really kill you. If you ate some, just remain calm and let us hope it doesn't happen again. Also, sorry if this joke gave you an arugula heartbeat. A bus passenger in the UK, he came up with a pretty interesting way of protecting himself from the virus. A man in England was spotted on a public bus using a live snake wrapped around his head as a COVID face mask. You while the guy was screaming, "Truly holy!"
Yeah, one guy, with the vegetable thing, the arugula kale thing, he's desperate, man. He's asking Mac for material. Oh, good Lord.
Kanye West shares shocking footage of himself urinating on a Grammy Award as he claims he goes into battle against the record company labels to retrieve the rights to his own music. He put the Grammy Award in the toilet and then went gold all over it.
I'm scrolling Twitter just the other day. Kanye lost his mind. I hope he's okay. You know, when you gotta go, they say. He don't care, his Grammy is there, baby, by the way. It was not his Grammy, to be fair. It is his. He could get on it if he choose. It was not his Grammy. He could go in the shower on his own golden statue. It was not his Grammy. He could get down lifted the sea. That was very polite of you. It was not his Grammy. It could have been much worse. He could have taken the blue.
All right. And get this, Dennis to hard five with the latest TikTok craze. People, mostly young women, have posted videos of themselves reshaping their teeth with nail files.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's been done forever. I knew a kid in high school that did that. With the knucklehead.
Well, you saw through your nail, you have no protection for your teeth.
Well, that would be a problem.
And it doesn't grow back.
No, it's not.
Here's a little help for you two-barred kids out there.
Dental school typically takes about 4 years to get a degree. Now, toss out all that science coursework and clinical curriculum
You're in my hotel room doing this video for you guys.
with the TikTok dental program.
I guess I just want to make these a little bit shorter, really.
No studying, no lab work, and no degree necessary.
At the club, I found some nail filers.
With the TikTok dental program, you just grab an M report, hit record on your smartphone, and start grinding away.
All right, that's
I see some good walking.
At-home dentistry, always a great idea.
Oh, well, isn't it odd?
Don't forget to make an appointment with your real dentist so they can fix your costly mistakes.
The teeth is starting to look a little short. Isn't it odd?
This message brought to you by Don't Be a Moron.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
First ears to hear that, does it?
Yes, that irritates me. Yeah.
An orthodontist explains why you shouldn't file your teeth, by the way.
This is actually something we do. It's called enamelplasty, okay? And us as dentists and orthodontists, we do this with a lot of people, okay? But you need to know specifics before you can do stuff like this. You can't do this by yourself with a nail. It looks like she has a nail polish she's using to do it. Everybody has a set amount of enamel, okay? And that set amount of enamel, once you go through it, you hit your nerve and blood and pain and nastiness. It's just terrible. You don't want that.
Okay, maybe even more.
No, you don't. No, you really don't.
No, you want to really be pulling out your checkbook, writing big checks, do stupid stuff like that. Of course, Hurricane Sally has done his damage and headed back out to sea. Let's listen to a woman in Gulf Shore, Alabama, describe what Sally left in her wake in her driveway.
Now look at that alligator that is right outside the window. He's coming into the neighbor's driveway. This is why we don't want to go outside out here on the island. Oh, he's a monster. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they get big. They get very large.
The guy in Detroit decided to jump his car over a drawbridge while it was going up. But he landed it, then he got arrested. You remember that scene.
Now that the ramp was finished, General Lee was raring to take off like the Yankees at the Masters. That's Bull Run, all you folks have known.
Yeah, just like Confederate Antietam. Or Gettysburg.
Okay, from our dumb dumb. Some parents in Massachusetts sent their kid to the first day of high school, even though he had tested positive for coronavirus. It's true.
We had a student who had COVID-19 and had been at school yesterday. The student knew that they had the virus. They were under the understanding that since they were asymptomatic, that they did not need to quarantine for the full 10-day period.
Yeah. Always a bright one out there for everybody, isn't it? And this is appropriate. A fifth grader in Florida showed up to school wearing a Hooters face mask, and they made him wear a different one. Now the family's all upset about it.
There is nothing offensive or derogatory about this mask.
I don't think it's offensive at all. It's just a restaurant. And she said it was not appropriate for school. And I asked her why, and she said if you really want to know why, go ask the principal. He told me to take it off 3 times, and I asked him why. He just said just take it off, so I took it off.
We go there as a family. We eat there. I mean, our favorite thing there is what, the chocolate cake.
We're in the ridiculous. This is.
Yeah, they're out there voting.
Yeah, we're being conditioned to all this garbage. This is.
Yeah. Let's see here. Music, please. Got to have the right music for this. Forrest Gump author Winston Groom died Wednesday in his home state of Alabama at the age of 77. No word on what the cause of death was. If you've seen the movie but never read the book, you might be surprised to learn some of the stuff that's in it. For instance, Forrest is 6'6" and 242 pounds by the time he was 16. Groom originally envisioned him being played by John Goodman. And he's a little rougher around the edges than in the movie. He has more of a sex life for one thing, and he swears. At one point, he's in a band with Jenny, and he smokes pot. And given his size, Forrest isn't a runner like he is in the movie, and he never runs from bullies as a kid. He punches them. Forrest actually meets Bubba at the University of Alabama, not in Vietnam. But he flunks out after 1 year, and he and Bubba end up in the Army together. It's not Bubba who teaches Forrest about shrimping. As a Vietnamese man he meets during the war. And Bubba does die in the war. Forrest does end up giving his shrimp company to Bubba's family and some employees. Forrest also has more jobs in the books, including astronaut, chess champion, and professional wrestler called the Dunce. He also plays a monster in the Creatures from the Black Lagoon remake starring Markel Welch. Forrest learns how to play chess from the chief of a cannibal tribe he spends time with after his mission to Mars with an orangutan named Sue. And by the end of the book, Forrest still has Sue by his side. He's working as a one-man band in Savannah, Georgia, where he reunites with Jenny and meets his son Forrest Jr. But they don't end up together. Instead, Forrest and his ape settle in New Orleans, where he continues performing for change. And Jenny doesn't die. She marries another man. In fact, she actually left Forrest while pregnant with Forrest Jr. because she saw him kissing another girl. Boy, that's a lot different than the movie, wouldn't it?
I don't know, because I never watched the movie.
Oh, that's a classic, man.
It is. Okay.
You would enjoy it. Yeah, you would enjoy it, because it kind of runs you through the 70s and 80s. Some nostalgia there for you.
70s and 80s? You mean the 60s and 70s?
Whatever.
I mean, we're talking Vietnam, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. But yeah,
I mean, I've seen the various
classic like Braveheart. Man, you gotta watch these things.
I've seen various clips of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it from beginning to end.
Well, you and the wife would enjoy it this weekend.
No, I doubt it.
I bet you would. bet you would. I've probably seen it 20 times. It's a good movie.
I'll take your word for it.
How much time we got? Oh, crap. Not enough, really. I guess we can squeeze this in. This is Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt reunited for the Fast Times at Ridgemont High table read.
Hey, Brad, really cute.
The daydream evaporates and we see a real life again with an interior Brad bathroom angle on Linda's face. In the doorway of Brad's bathroom as she watches the sight before her, angle on Brad, trying to cover himself and act nonchalant and keep his back turned at the same time. The words barely escape his mouth.
Wait, just a minute.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I did not know anybody was in here.
Linda turns, goes immediately as if she wants to forget what she just saw as quickly as possible. She closes the door behind her.
Doesn't anybody knock anymore?
Did you see
That brings us
Fast Times?
to our second break.
Man, you don't have
You missed a lot of movies. A few showers around the area this morning with a cloudy sky. This afternoon, those showers come to an end. We'll stay mostly cloudy to cloudy, though, and high temperatures in the low to mid-70s for today. Mostly cloudy overnight tonight. We're in the low to mid-50s Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, expect a mostly cloudy and dry day. High temperatures, though much cooler, back in the mid to over 60s Saturday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hill, 97.3FM-104.1FM and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. 46 days to the election and President Trump holds another big rally in a key battleground state.
Hello, Wisconsin. We've been very good together.
President Trump says he'll continue helping American workers.
Pass record tax cuts and regulation cuts.
But if Joe Biden is elected president,
Rioters, anarchists, arsonists, and flag burners, they win.
calling for legislation to ban the act of burning a flag, and denouncing governors allowing large gatherings of protesters but keeping residents at home because of the coronavirus.
You're not allowed to meet. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You have to stay in the prison.
That report from correspondent Jackie Quinn. Democrat Joe Biden blasting the president's response to the pandemic. And Mr. Trump notes Biden opposed the China travel ban, which the president says saved many American lives. More than 325,000 utility customers without power on the Gulf Coast in the aftermath of Hurricane Sally. That is down from 614,000 outages. A stubborn wildfire in mountains northeast of Los Angeles threatens more homes. Evacuation warnings going out for the town of Wrightwood. Residents also ordered to leave Juniper Hills. More saber rattling by Beijing directed at the U.S. According to the BBC's Michael Bristow,
China's furious at the visit to Taiwan of the U.S. Under-Secretary of State Keith Krok. Beijing considers Taiwan to be part of its own territory and reacts angrily to any official visit to the island. And until last month, Washington hadn't sent anyone senior to Taiwan in years.
and Taiwan's defense ministry says that China has flown 18 warplanes, including fighter jets, close to Taiwan. Stock futures mixed on Wall Street this morning. Right now, Dow futures down 48 points, while NASDAQ futures are 52 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm United States Surgeon General Jerome Adams, America's doctor. And all across our nation, we've taken steps together to slow the spread of coronavirus. Now we must continue to take personal responsibility to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Because even though not all of us risk a severe case of coronavirus, we all risk getting it and spreading it to others, maybe without even realizing that we're sick. So if we want to get back to school, back to work, back to worship, and back to overall health, there are things our country needs to do. We need to follow state and local guidelines, take extra precautions if at higher risk, wash our hands frequently, stay 6 feet from others when we can, and when we can't stay 6 feet from others, please, I'm begging you, wear a face covering. These small actions will make a big difference. So I'm asking you to say it with me, America. Coronavirus stops with me. You can learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services at taxpayer expense.
The number of COVID-19 cases globally continues to climb.
Johns Hopkins researchers say the worldwide count of known COVID-19 infections climbed past 30 million on Thursday, with more than half of them from just 3 countries, the US, India and Brazil. The number has increased by 10 million in just over a month, with global cases passing 20 million on August 12. The US leads the by-country count with well over 6.5 million reported cases, followed by India with more than 5 million and Brazil. Individual numbers could vary as the university's tally sometimes lags behind the country reports. Charles Dilladesma, London.
As the Jewish high holidays begin, Israel entering a 3-week coronavirus lockdown requiring the closure of many businesses and setting strict limits on movement as well as public gatherings. News and analysis at townhall.com. Citing the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, the country's passenger railroad looking for a big money bailout.
Amtrak CEO William Flynn testified before Congress that the loss of ridership and revenue during the pandemic would force rail service to take drastic measures unless they approve a $1.5 billion relief package by October 1st. Flynn said most of the funding would go to maintaining the Northeast Corridor trains versus $467 million for maintaining daily service on their long-distance trains. Amtrak says the Northeast Corridor is a critical part of the nation's transportation network, linking Washington to several of the nation's largest cities. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Forecasters at the National Hurricane Center now keeping a close eye on Hurricane Teddy, that's Category 4 storm. Say it could impact parts of New England and the Canadian Maritime provinces in the coming days, that after rushing by Bermuda. More of these stories at townhall.com.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
This is Chuck from Zumwalt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling us guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat when all the phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Zumwalt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Zumwalt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
My name is Tony Keith with Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the 3rd generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound or 1s or 2s, however you like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years, and they run a good business. They're big.
Came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back, picked it up, brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rented the building from them next door, and Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
This is Howard Hope of 7 Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services. Are you tired of your stone or dirt driveway? Let our company help make your most prized possession, your home or business, be the envy of your neighbors with a beautiful paved driveway that will last for years to come.
And I'm Sherry Hope. 7 Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services also offers asphalt patching, excavation and drainage issues, crack filling, seal coating, and striping for both commercial and residential.
Estimates are free and will come to your property to discuss your needs and desires. No job is too big or too small.
Go online to slcontractingllc.com or to our Facebook page to check out our reviews and photos. Call 910-673-1318.
Call 7 Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318.
10% discounts for military and first responders.
from the WEEB Community Calendar. The Moore County Veterans Service Office, NC Works of Moore County, and the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina are sponsoring a drive-through COVID relief veteran food distribution on Friday, September 25th from 10:30 to 12:30 at the Moore County Agricultural Center parking lot located at 707 Pinehurst Avenue in Carthage. The distribution is limited to the first 100 veterans, their caregivers, and current service members. Recipients must provide proof of service with a DD-214, Department of Defense ID, or VA medical card. For more information, contact Samuel Levinson at 919-805-6542 or the Moore County Veterans Service Office at 910-947-3257. That's 947-3257.
Henning's Taste of India is introducing a new menu, including classic American appetizers, seafood, and more. A featured addition is a Nepalese favorite, momos, a delicious meat dumpling and Himalayan delicacy. Order crab or lobster tail tikka masala and cheese naan bread for just $34.99. Need delicious food for your next catering event? Just call 910-725-2050. That's 910-725-2050. Henning's Taste of India, 1720 U.S. Highway 1 in the Old Squires Pub building.
MCN News. I'm Mike Paley. Governor Roy Cooper says students in kindergarten through 5th grade will be allowed to return to in-person learning in October. The move is optional and dependent on individual school districts' approval.
Students in grades 6 through 12 still must operate only under option B, which is partially in-person and partially remote, or option C, which is all remote.
Elaine and Jack Colgan from Cantonment, Florida, rode out Hurricane Sally in their home, but they got trapped. Elaine says they eventually spray painted the door in attic. Help.
Jack said, "You're ruining my door." I said, "It's ruined anyway, Jack."
President Donald Trump will return to North Carolina this weekend to campaign in Fayetteville. Officials say a Great American Comeback event will be held tomorrow at Fayetteville Regional Airport. House Speaker Tim Moore was in Greenville Thursday because he claims that Pitt County House Democratic candidate Brian Farkas signed a pledge to defund the police. Farkas says he did not advocate the defunding of the police. Instead, he wants to get more money to police. But Speaker Moore tells WEEB News,
Police funding has been shown to have no connection to crime rates, the pledge signed by Mr. Farkas says. However, the pledge explicitly calls for, quote, reinvesting policing savings and other programs.
Health officials have been concerned about multiple health issues this fall and winter. A second wave of the coronavirus combined with a flu outbreak. Dr. Anthony Fauci tells WTOP Radio in Washington, D.C. to take our guard down. Cases of flu are way down in the southern hemisphere and says measures to prevent COVID-19 may have a ripple effect.
Entirely possible that despite the fear that we're going to have a double whammy, namely flu season superimposed, that may not be the case.
You're listening to NCN News.
Joe Biden. To fix the economy, we have to get control over the virus. I'm releasing a plan to save lives in the months ahead. We need increased federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites. We actually need a clear message from the very top of our federal government that everyone needs to wear a mask in public. Every single frontline worker should have the personal protective equipment that they need to be safe. We need to support schools and child care programs so parents, if and when they can return to work, are confident that their children will be safe and cared for. And finally, we need to protect the populations most at risk, our seniors, vulnerable populations with pre-existing conditions. We need real plans, real guidelines, with uniform, nationwide standards. Simple proposition, folks, we're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Biden for president.
The body of a Wake County man is believed to have been found in Chatham, Virginia. Andy Banks has been missing since Saturday. 34-year-old Justin Merritt has now been charged with Banks' murder. Friends say Banks met Merritt through a Craigslist ad while trying to sell his Range Rover. Banks' childhood friend, Cliff Cash, tells ABC 11 that Banks did deserve to die over an SUV.
He would have gladly handed them the keys of that car if it meant he got to live.
There are just 46 days until Election Day, and President Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden continue to ramp up their campaigning. CBS News correspondent Laura Pedesta.
President Trump and Joe Biden campaigned in key battleground states last night.
Hello, Wisconsin.
The president looked to boost enthusiasm during a rally in Wisconsin, at times focusing on some of his 2016 campaign issues.
33,000 emails, but that wall is going up.
The president also announced another $13 billion in aid for farmers hit financially by the pandemic. A CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows President Trump losing to the former vice president in Wisconsin.
The White House and the Centers for Disease Control have been at odds when it comes to the arrival of a coronavirus vaccine, which the president has touted on the campaign trail could be available by the end of the year. A statement from the CDC is pushed back on. CBS News' Wei Zhang.
Two former senior administration officials tell CBS News that scientists are being pressured to work on an accelerated timeline, and that the White House cares more about messaging than sharing public safety information. One source said the biggest concern is that leads to an unnecessary delay in getting out information.
Public Works Director of Charlotte has been indicted in federal court on charges his department illegally transported hazardous waste from the city shooting range. Mike Fraley, NCN News.
Hello and happy Friday. This afternoon we'll have a mostly cloudy sky. A few showers will be coming to an end this afternoon as well. And high temperatures today in the low to mid-70s. Mostly cloudy overnight tonight from the low to mid-50s. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon expect a mostly cloudy sky around the area. Staying dry though with high temperatures in mid to upper 60s. More sunshine back in the forecast on Sunday. Temperatures also in mid to upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the St. Hills area, some light rain, spots 67 degrees, humidity 97%, dew point 66, pressure 29.83, winds north of 7, gusting to 16, and visibility at 5 statute miles. It's 8:15. Let's take a look at your St. Hills news. For this Friday morning, North Carolina elementary schools will soon be allowed to return to daily in-person classes under a plan announced by the governor. The decision on whether to return to full in-person instruction will be left up to individual districts. Those choose to go forward with the Plan A reopening option starting on October 5th won't be limited in the number of students who can be inside a classroom. They would, however, be required to screen kids for coronavirus symptoms, make sure they wear face coverings, and offer remote options for parents concerning about their kids bringing the virus back home. Thursday, Aberdeen police are investigating an accident that occurred at a Walmart Thursday involving a local family and their child. A video posted on social media by the family described what could have possibly turned out to be an attempted abduction of the child by a group of men in the store. The police chief said they take all safety of our citizens very seriously, and he goes on to say we are working around the clock, reviewing security footage and gathering information about what occurred at the Aberdeen Walmart. And a driver escaped injuries when his Jeep flipped on its side Thursday. The single vehicle accident occurred around 5:30 in the afternoon in the 8700 block of Highway 705, 5 miles outside of Robbins. The SUV overturned off the road with minimum damage to the vehicle. Rain possibly played a factor in the accident, and it is being investigated by the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And of course, you can go online to the Sand Hill, sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:18. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. We start with the NBA playoffs and the Eastern Conference Finals. Goran Dragic scored 25 points, and the Miami Heat closed on a 17-7 run over the final 4.5 minutes to beat the Celtics 106-101 to take a 2 games none lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics, meanwhile, they wasted a 13-point halftime lead, and then they went on a 15-2 run that put them up 94-89 before Miami rallied. Heat coach Eric Spoelstra says they were ready for an uphill battle.
You get to this final level
conference finals. It's not going to be easy for either team, and it wasn't. Both teams are laying it all on the line. That's the way it should be.
Western Conference Finals between the LA Lakers and Denver Nuggets get started tonight. The NHL playoffs continued as well from balmy Edmonton, and it will be the Tampa Bay Lightning and Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup Final. That after Anthony Cirelli scored 13-18 into overtime to give the Lightning a 2-1 win over the New York Islanders in Game 6. And so the NHL is wasting no time. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tomorrow night from Rogers Place in Edmonton. Week 2 of the 2020 NFL season kicked off last night with the Battle of Ohio, the 95th meeting of the Browns and Bengals. Nick Chubb ran for $124 and 2 touchdowns as the Browns outscored the Bengals 35-30. Baker Mayfield threw for 2 touchdowns, including a 43-yard score to Odell Beckham Jr. in the first half. Bengals rookie QB and number 1 overall Joe Burrow showed pretty good poise in just his second game. He had 3 touchdowns, his third with 43 seconds left to get Cincinnati within 5 before Cleveland recovered the ensuing onside kick to lock it up.
I was just trying to take what the defense gave me.
Second round of the U.S. Open getting underway at Winged Foot in New York. Justin Thomas is the round 1 leader. He was a 5-under-65 or a one-shot lead over Matthew Wolf, Patrick Reed, and Thomas Peters. This is NCN Sports.
Being a Farm Bureau insurance agent means being local. It means insuring your child's first car and standing beside you after a storm. It's more than a business to us. It's a friendship. So call an agent who calls North Carolina home. Because when you need us, we're there. In every county, every day. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
As a judge on the Court of Appeals, Chris Dillon applies the law fairly. He faithfully upholds the law with a reasoned approach that shows an appreciation for your property rights and individual liberty. Judge Dillon leads his fellow appellate judges to unbiased, equitable, and nonpartisan decisions. This November, vote Judge Chris Dillon for the North Carolina Court of Appeals. Paid for by the North Carolina Property Rights Fund.
Tomorrow's football game between the Tar Heels and UNC Charlotte has been canceled because several members of the 49ers offensive line were put into quarantine, and that effectively depleted the unit. UNC Charlotte AD Mike Hill said it's a difficult but necessary decision.
This is difficult to walk away from a game like this. You know, the kind of opportunity for our athletes to play a game against a top 20 team, first time ever against North Carolina. It's hard to walk away from that opportunity, but we did because we were going to follow the protocols that are in place.
Hill said Coach Mac Brown said they're disappointed, but they completely understand and appreciate Charlotte's transparency, and hopefully he says everyone's okay. Carolina AD Bubba Cunningham said they knew cancellations would be a possibility this season, and right now they're exploring options to add an opponent for their bye week, which would be September 26th. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands before you throw that money away. Come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sand Hills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the Pool Advantage.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sands of Sand Hills Weekend Dental. I know some of you are overdue for a cleaning and checkup, and we are excited to welcome a new dental hygienist to our team. Her name is Katie. I can't wait for you to meet her. Give us a call. We are here Wednesdays through Saturdays at 910-687-4423 or visit sandhillsweekenddental.com. 910-687-4423.
Forget what you know about carpet. Aberdeen Carpet Flooring has a high-performance carpet by Shaw Floors designed for beauty and high performance. This carpet is like no other. a slice of the Big Apple in Pinehurst, located in Olmsted Village. New York Deli offers authentic New York bagels and a full breakfast menu until 11 a.m. Looking for lunch? There are 33 signature sandwiches to choose from. New York-style pizza on Wednesdays and Fridays, and now offering meatball Mondays. New York Deli is open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit Moore County Takeout and Delivery Options Facebook page for our menu updates. Call 295-2264 for takeout, or have your order delivered by a DoorDash, Grubhub, or Easy Bites.
War Dogs Army Surplus. Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus has expanded and open for business. Since acquiring the adjoining building, War Dogs will now be able to provide Moore County with even more quality, high-end Army surplus. Bring in your Army gear, and War Dogs will match any legitimate offer from another competitor and beat it by 10%. That's right, War Dogs will match their offer and add 10% to your wallet. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 to 4 on Saturday. Located at 675 West Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from the theaters, or call them at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
Right Plumbing is proud to serve Moore County with superior workmanship and dependable plumbing service, including 24/7 emergency service. Like the name says, we take pride in our work and your safety. Our employees must pass background and drug tests and share Pride Plumbing's reputation for quality service. From simple leaky faucets to new water heaters and sewer lines, backflow testing and installation, drain cleaning, plumbing repairs, and, if necessary, replacement and remodeling. A family business with over 50 years of prideful service. Go online to callprideplumbing.com and check out our 5-star customer reviews. We offer a 10% discount to all veterans and active military. Call Pride Plumbing in Moore County at 910-295-0152. 910-295-0152. Serving with pride since 1965.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you already know that, and you don't need me to tell you about the opioid crisis. There's another, better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Attention builders, plumbers, contractors, and homeowners. Hughes Plumbing Supply of Pinehurst has all your plumbing needs from the start to finish of your projects. They stock only the respected top quality products like Kohler, Moen, Delta, and many more. Their professional team has over 70 years experience in the industry, so you're in capable hands. Visit them on the web at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com or call for an appointment to see their showroom at 910-295-5541. That's 910-295-5541.
Thanks for helping bringing the economy back, one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is brought to you by Quality Built Homes. The Sandhills' #1 home builder, developer, and remodeler. With over 1,500 homes built in Moore County, we earn our name every day. Quality Built Homes, 910-944-7453.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. This is going to be a very different ZZ. It's a quiz. A quiz to see if you can remember some old movie quotes and name the movie. I have a point. I'll give the quote. You name the movie. It's going to be fast, so here we go. Here's looking at you, kid. You talking to me? Love means never having to say you're sorry. Lois, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Why don't you come up and see me sometime? Shane, come back, Shane. Say hello to my little friend. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. All right, that's enough. Probably flopping all over the place. But I'll tell you what I was trying to demonstrate. I was trying to show how quickly things get old. And if you're a young person, you most likely did not get any of these. If you're my age, you knew them all, but you probably forgot them. I'm becoming more and more aware of how quickly things are forgotten. Even us. When we're gone, in just a very few decades at best, we're forgotten. My favorite movie quote's from the movie Harvey with Jimmy Stewart. Remember when he said, "In this world, you must be oh so smart, or oh so pleasant." Well, for years I was smart. I recommend pleasant. The school board and the Bob mob see me as neither. But I am. I'm pleasant. I try to be kind. But sometimes you just flat can't be pleasant. You're trying to change things for the better. Thanks to the school board for listening to the Zumwalt Zone.
Good morning and happy Friday. We're seeing a few showers around the area this morning with a cloudy sky. This afternoon, those showers come to an end. We'll stay mostly cloudy to cloudy, though, and high temperatures in the low to mid-70s for today. Mostly cloudy overnight tonight, when the low to mid-50s Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, expect a mostly cloudy and dry day. High temperatures, though, much cooler, back in the mid to upper 60s Saturday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at Talk97.3.FM. The best part of waking up is waking up with us. Good morning. Welcome back. Hey, how would you like some breakfast? Would you like some breakfast?
What would you like for breakfast?
I could go for a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger?
I want a cheeseburger. Too early for a cheeseburger. What is a cheeseburger? Look, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
Today is National Cheeseburger Day.
What do you have? Cheeseburger.
Yeah, for breakfast.
Cheeseburger. Got it. Cheeseburger day.
Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. Time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen. This is the pilot's failing coupon and insert delivery system refers to you. Hey, if you didn't make yourself a large pot of coffee and get yourself an extra large apple fritter, you got about 30 seconds to get it done because John and Dave are in this morning. They got some very important information for you.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available to you now at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is located. On your mobile device, you just need to fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search to watch the video. If you're on your mobile device just wanting the audio alone, well, you can do that too. Fire up the streaming app, such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Stream Up. Almost all of them work with us, except iHeartRadio. And put WEEB into the search, and we Top1041.com. Upper right-hand corner of every web page has an icon that says, on the air, listen live. Click it once, and you're listening quick. That quick. It's going to be mostly cloudy today. A few lingering showers from Sally. I have 75 today. Most of that will be gone by noon. Mostly cloudy tonight, a low of 56 tomorrow. Still cloudy, but a high of 68 degrees. Basically a little sunshine late in the day. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, a low of 50. And then Sunday, partly cloudy and 68 again. And all sunshine next week. And temperatures hovering, well, it'll be 68 on Monday. And we'll top out at 80 on Thursday. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds north to 7, gusting to 16. Visibility 5 statute miles. Pressure 2983, 2.66. Humidity 97%. We got a few showers and 67 degrees now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:34, 34 past the hour. In the room with us, our roundtable crew, David Hensley and John Zumwalt, of course, the Colonel and myself. David, you're about to say something?
I am. Before we get on with the program, and I'm sorry, JD, I am pre-interrupting you. I'm not even waiting for JD to start speaking before I interrupt him this morning. That's how on top of the game I am this morning. But I have to give kudos to Steve, LeaderMan Adams, and I think everyone outside of this studio should stand up and cheer for the awesome bumper music. Game of Love by Michelle Branch. Awesome song, awesome singer. Saw her several times, around the turn of the millennium. But, Steve, I didn't know that you could play bumper music that wasn't from, like, the 70s. So I applaud you, the audience applauds you.
I actually heard the song, and I said, I kind of like this song.
It's an awesome song.
When Doug dug down and found out the name of it and who sings it.
Yeah, she did a lot of stuff with Santana, 2000, whatever, 3 or 4.
Well, they actually give Santana the credit for the song.
Yeah, he probably wrote it and she sang it with him. But, yeah, she was awesome. And hopefully maybe see her again. I should see her at 9:30 Club up in D.C.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
All right, John.
That's a minute and a half out of your time, Dave.
JD is not Tammy Wynette.
That was my joke you had. Before we came on, I used that joke. Now they use my own jokes against me. All right. I have been announcing on Facebook that we try to keep this thing G-rated, and we do. And this morning is going to be different. So you decide who you want to allow to listen to this. But before I go any further, I want to tell you, everything you hear is off of the Moore County school system webpage. We didn't make these things up. I didn't sit up last night watching dirty movies and typing this up. These are questions that come right off the Moore County page. Now, these are questions that they intend to ask your child, and in years past have asked your children.
Yeah, key thing, they have administered these surveys with these exact same questions in years past.
Okay. And anytime I say something that needs to be repeated, Dave will highlight it for me.
Yes, I will. Please know that anytime JD says something needs to be highlighted, I will repeat it for him, thus highlighting it.
Well, see, it's not fair because you never say anything that bears repeating.
Well, I just say it so effectively it doesn't need to be repeated.
Right. Put another minute on his time. All right. I want to get serious. And I want to tell you some of the things that they're asking children in schools. Now, before I do, I need to let you know that this is for kids who are, they ask them at the very front, how old are you? 12 years or younger. Okay, so they expect kids 12 years or younger to be able to answer this question. That goes all the way up to 14, 15, 16, 17. So here are some of the questions, and I do not have time to read them all. So I've chosen to read the ones about sex, of course, because I believe these are the ones that you'll probably be the most interested in. Now, before I read these, since the school board and the superintendent, who are listening, by the way, think it's okay to ask these of your child. You picture your child, your precious child, being asked these questions on the survey. Imagine me asking these, going before the school board and asking these of Libby Carter, the chairperson, Ed
innocent, just random people, just pointing at one and asking them the following questions. Let me ask you this, Mr. or Miss School Board member. Have you ever had sexual intercourse? That's one of the questions. Yes or no? That's the two answers. What's that, Ed? I didn't get your answer. Okay. Next question, number 48 on the survey. How old were you when you had sexual intercourse for the first time? Dr. Betty Brown, can you answer that one for me, please? Oh, no, because it's okay to ask all these little precious children that are going to school. Not everyone that goes to school has had, well, I won't comment further. But here are the questions, here are the answers. How old were you when you had sexual intercourse for the first time? A, never. B, 11 years old or younger, and on it up. 49. During your life.
That's question number 49, not age 49. I assume. Did you answer that question 49?
Or number of partners.
Sometimes you just have to assume people have understand, but I should have made that more clear. You're exactly right. During your life, with how many people have you had sexual intercourse? Now remember, this is for children. These are children. And the answers are none, one person, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or more. Now, these questions may not seem that bad, especially if you're a liberal. You may be sitting there drinking your coffee and thinking, well, what's the big deal? What's he upset about? Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who actually do care about morals and values and judgments and want to be the one who talks to their kids about that. Don't want you asking these questions. Want to ask them yourself. So if you don't get this,
well, it should offend everyone because it's none of the school's business.
Obviously, I very much agree. It should. During the last three, okay, that's that one. Let me ask you this one. Who I let that? Helen Miller. If you think it's okay to ask this question of our children, let me ask you: did you drink alcohol or use drugs before you had sexual intercourse the last time? Could I be more inappropriate than I just was asking a question like that? Yes, if I asked a child instead of an adult, like I just did.
Well, so they're asking minors that, right? So they're asking minors if they've committed a crime. So in my United States, and when I'm on the Board of Education, in my school system, everybody has constitutional rights against self-incrimination, and the school board, under color of authority, is asking these students to incriminate themselves. That is against, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was Constitution Day, and that is against our Constitution.
And we haven't even gotten to the real crimes yet about drug use and things. We may not have time to get to them, but let me continue. The last time you had sexual intercourse, did you or your partner use a condom? The last time, remember, these are your kids. These are your children.
No, they're our children. They're our community's children.
They're our children, but I'm talking individual people in the radio audience. The last time you had sexual intercourse, it's almost assumed at this point. The last time, what method did you or your partner use to prevent pregnancy? And select only one. No method at all. Pills, condoms, withdrawal. Oh, this is great. This is great for children, isn't it? If you think this is uncomfortable for me asking, with me to publicly ask and read these things on the radio of our school board, how inappropriate is it for them to ask children? Here's one for you, Dr. Bob. The last time you had sexual intercourse, how many years younger or older were you than your partner? A, I've never had sexual intercourse. B, 5 years or more, and it goes on. All right. During your life, with whom have you had sexual intercourse? Never have. A female, a male, a female and a male. Which of the following best describes you? Straight, gay or lesbian, bisexual? You wonder where these kids are getting the ideas that they're getting. Now, there are many questions on here involving drugs. When's the last time you used drugs? Involving violence. Have you brought a weapon to school? Do you think about committing violence? So, as David didn't allude to it, he flat said it. You have a right against self-incrimination. But if you are telling people on this survey that you think about absolute obligation to search and figure out who this is to save the life.
Right. So what happens when 10% of the people say, yeah, I brought a gun to campus? Are they going to, okay, great, wow, 10% of our kids are armed, and what are they going to do about it?
Yeah, well, according to them, nothing. According to them, nothing. They're just curious.
These people.
You can argue all day about why it's important to know how many kids are having sex with multiple partners, what kind of birth controls they use, whether or not they're hetero, and any other different choices. But I maintain that's not why we send our children to school. Finally, before I give David some time here, we do not have a United States constitutional right to education. However, we do have a North Carolina Constitution right to education. When you send your child to school, you expect that they'll be educated, but not educated in the ways of the underworld, not in the ways of sex and drinking and drugs, and you don't expect them to be questioned. Parents, I submit to you this before I end this segment. You expect that if you want your child to be questioned about their sexual habits, I feel horribly even saying sexual habits, talking about a 10-year-old kid, but if you want to question them about that or inform them about that, you want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, then you make the decision as to who it is. You can make that decision yourself. Now, they will argue, the school always has an answer. They will argue, well, we put this on our website. They did, and I found it and tried to find it. It's not like you go to it, click on, oh, here's the big thing about our sexual questions. You've got to do some digging. It can be found, but most of you who are listening, if you haven't wrecked your car yet, know that you don't know about this form. And it's a terrible thing, and it's time to stop. The school board always has some kind of a weak, flimsy excuse for these types of things.
That's what the current school board does best, is make excuses, not produce results. So a couple of things. Let's talk. I got a couple observations on these surveys that I actually saved my comments till the end, at least some of them.
No, you didn't. Don't try to act like
some of them. That's my excuse, right? Anyway, so a couple of things. They have done these surveys that JD read off in previous years. And this last year, academic year 2019-2020, they were going to administer that survey in the spring and April timeframe. But they knew that since students were, and they do these surveys via Chromebooks, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So they knew that since students were home and that the parents would see these surveys, they chickened out, and they didn't administer that survey in the spring of 2020. So first of all, they're so proud of these surveys. Why do they administer them when the children were in school without asking parents' permission 2 years ago? This last academic year, they chickened out and didn't administer it. Then all of a sudden, because students are learning from home, all of a sudden this year, they sent an email out going, oh, hey, we're going to administer this survey. Why this year did they choose to administer this survey when in previous years they didn't ask parents' permission?
And David, who gets this information? I don't know. It's a serious question.
I'll tell you who gets the information, right? And that's my next point. These are administered via Chromebooks, right? Chromebooks are very, very inexpensive computers because the operating system is free. The Android operating system produced by Google is given to the schools for free, anyone on Chromebooks. Why do you think Google gives that operating system out for free? Where do you think they're making their money?
They're collecting the information.
Correct. I have and have had for a very long time privacy concerns with these Chromebooks. When I'm on the Board of Education, we're going to look at these Chromebooks, and we're going to make sure that Google is not harvesting your children's information and building profiles on our first graders, our fifth graders, our ninth graders. Imagine if your child or anyone's child fills out these surveys. they answered honestly, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. Imagine the Android operating system capturing that, and along with all their other test scores and whatnot, transmitting that to Google, and Google maintains that information. We've got some serious privacy concerns that need to be addressed with these Android-based Chromebooks.
And it's very possible you might be considered for Supreme Court justice or something like that, or top secret clearance somewhere. This will come back.
Yeah. So big problems, with Google, you are the product, and with Google, our children are the product. So anyway, huge privacy concerns.
I didn't mean you might be considered. I meant one of the children.
That's the point. It's what do they have on you, and how can they control you later on? That's what this is all about.
Yeah. I had one other observation on these. Oh, and the other thing, the survey. So the survey that JD read off is the one they administer to high schoolers. Just for clarity, that's the one they administer to high schoolers. They have one that they administer to middle schoolers and lower that doesn't have the sexual questions on it. But it does ask things such as, and they're asking this as middle schoolers, when you're riding in a car, do all the occupants wear seatbelts? Right. When was the last time you rode in a car where the driver was drinking alcohol? So they're asking middle schoolers to rat out their parents.
Did they just say cars, or did they say golf carts too?
That's a segue into our next segment. So let's talk about accountability in the Board of Education.
Well, clarification, real quick. On the middle school, there's one question about sex, and it says, have you ever had sexual intercourse? Like that's anyone's business. Okay.
Thank you for correcting that. But there are two different surveys for high schoolers and middle schoolers. But either way, they're offensive or unconstitutional, and quite frankly, there's privacy concerns, and it's none of the Board of Education or central office or anyone's business. Okay, so let's talk about accountability on the Board of Education. So you all have heard me talk about accountability, and you've heard me talk about how the current superintendent and the central office has produced 5 D-rated schools and 10 C-rated schools, hasn't produced a single A-rated school in Moore County, not one. Out of 24 schools, not one A-rated schools. But whatever, 60-some-odd% of them are C's and D's, which leaves some for B's, as Libby Carter, former debate coach at Pinecrest High School, would point out. Anyway, so rather than hold people accountable for that failure, there's principals who've been at D-rated schools for 5 or 6 years, and they're not replaced, right? Rather than hold the superintendent accountable for D and C-rated schools, they renew his contract 4 years early, when quite frankly he should be shown the door. But anyway, so one of the biggest problems with the current Board of Education is they're incapable of holding anyone accountable. So let's talk about the principal at McDeeds Creek Elementary School. We have a principal at McDeeds Creek High School, elementary school, that was sentenced to 12 years in prison on July 8th.
12 months in prison.
12 months in prison, yes. So I'll say that again. I got the documents right here in front of me because Libby Carter said that.
You just got Moore County Education. You can't read it, right?
Yeah, apparently. So just yesterday, Libby Carter confronted one of the people running for Board of Education and said, well, he's not telling the truth, so I went and got the police report, right? Let me say that again. The principal at McDeeds Creek was sentenced in Moore County Court on July 8th to 12 months in prison. Now, it was suspended. She was given, I'm reading it from a publicly available police report. It says right here, court allows 30 days jail credit for inpatient treatment. Okay? And then it says suspension of sentence, that the 12 months in prison sentence is suspended for supervised probation for 12 months. Our children, so first of all, our children need role models. And a principal, and the Board of Education doesn't seem to understand that a principal of any school, especially an elementary school, who's been sentenced to 12 months in prison is not a role model. So let's go through how this happened. On April 28th, the principal at McDeeds Creek was arrested and charged with driving while impaired and if I read this correctly, 2 counts of misdemeanor child abuse and 2 counts of reckless driving to endanger something is cut off. Okay, so on April 28th, the principal was arrested for those charges, right? Our Board of Education, rather than hold her accountable and go, gosh, this is horrible, maybe we ought to think about suspending her or getting rid of her. 2.5 weeks later, on or about May 14th, somewhere around there, the very next school board meeting, with full knowledge that the principal had been arrested for DUI, 2 counts of child endangerment, and 2 counts of failure to, or reckless driving, the Board of Education, what did they do? They renewed her contract. That, people, is not holding people accountable for their actions. On July 8th, this principal pled guilty and was convicted, and again sentenced to 12 months in prison, which was suspended, 30 days credit for time spent in a rehab program, and obviously this person has a problem, and I hope for her and her family that she gets the treatment and recovers. But she was sentenced on July 8th, and she surrendered her driver's license on July 8th. Now, why is that important? So, well, besides having a principal who has to catch a ride to school, if you go to the Moore County School Board's website and you look at the qualifications to be a principal, there's a long list of qualifications to be a principal, one of which is you must be able to operate a motor vehicle. If you do not have a driver's license, if you have surrendered your driver's license to the state of North Carolina, you are unable to operate a motor vehicle. So, let's talk about the Board of Education. So we know the Board of Education routinely renews contracts of people who produce C and D failing, academically rated schools. We know they don't hold people accountable. We know people lost all the ACT scores and no one in the central office lost their jobs. We know all the disasters that we've documented here. This is yet another one. Again, principal of an elementary school, arrested, convicted, sentenced to 12 months in prison, surrendered her driver's license, doesn't even meet the qualifications for the job, and our current Board of Education renews her contract. There is zero accountability. There is the people in the Moore County Central Office and other employees of the Moore County, not all of them, there's a lot of great people that work there, but they are running amok because the Board of Education allows them to. We deserve better, Moore County deserves better, and our children deserve better.
Well, David, as you and I have talked about, this is an extremely difficult subject, this principle, for me to talk about, and for you, because my heart absolutely is full of sympathy and compassion for her, and I'm so sorry that she's got the kind of problems in her life, and I mean this, that would cause this to happen. So she's almost a side effect of this, to explain the absolute incompetence of the board. First of all, Libby Carter stated yesterday that she gave the impression that these charges, some of them had been dismissed when they rehired her. And that's not true. They had not been dismissed yet because she hadn't been in court.
She hadn't been in court. They rehired her 2 weeks after she'd been charged.
And she pled guilty to all of those counts.
She pled guilty to the DWI.
Oh, that's it?
Yes. Okay. But it's worth noting here that, because I know how the school board will answer this, she is, because of the nature of the charge, she is ineligible for a limited license, like some people might get to drive back and forth to work or take their. She's not eligible for that because of having the kids in the car. Now, there's a part of me that just hates this, and I know you do too. People may think we're gloating over it. I get no.
I'm not gloating at all. No. I think I feel sorry for the young lady.
I do too, and I hate that we have to drag this out.
But we need to have standards.
We've got to, and hopefully that she could serve another capacity there, and she can have less stress in her life that will not cause these kinds of things.
About 15 seconds.
David, take it.
Well, yes, you can't. They need to be able to say, hey, she's guilty, and let her go on this, and rehiring her just encourages further
Talk to Colonel. Thanks so much for the Friday round table, and so it goes for this Friday. Have yourself a great safe day. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for a Monday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on WEEB. Give them first crack at your spending dollars because that helps our economy, because your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. So be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to